What up everybody, it's Sinny, and this is Bloodborne for PS4. And today we are continuing in Cathedral Ward. We had just beat the Witch of Hemwick. Let's listen to this old lady. Just crying, going crazy. This is just some dialogue I picked up while I was messing around. She just cries and cries. Yeah, I was just messing around, like grinding, checking out the chalice dungeons, just going back through old areas. She's saying the same thing now. But she's slowly going crazy. She don't hate us anymore. Now she's just crazy. Adela's here as well.
Brave hunter, please give me a little more time. There are others in need of my blood.
So if you already have her blood in your inventory, you can't get more. And you can't get the whore's blood either. So we got 3 NPCs in Oedon Chapel, and we're about to get 2 more. Here's another little thing I wanted to show you, a neat little trick I did while I was just screwing around, grinding, going back through old areas. This is Old Yarnum. This is right outside the secret area that you have to drop down to get to, where you get like the rifle spear and stuff like that. This is where you drop out when you're done. The dude that's tied up in the chair is right inside there. But I did a little neat little trick here. I was able to jump back through the window. You're not supposed to be able to do that, I guess. But if you hit these bricks just right, you can jump back through the window. So, like so. I just thought that was neat. You could come in from the back if you wanted to. I never knew that was possible. So if you haven't even been through the secret area yet, you could jump through the window like this instead and come surprise them from behind if you want to. Or if you can't find the right spot to drop down to get to this area, this is also a possibility. But it's about as hard as the little tree trick at the beginning of Dark Souls 3. You kind of have to veer off to the left, jump off of something, and then veer to the right. So it's pretty much about the same as jumping on the roof of the Firelink Shrine in Dark Souls 3. It's nearly identical, the same jump. As you can see, it takes me a few tries each time to do it. But this is the area. It's the secret area. The dude tied to the chair. The rifle spear. The little message here. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. So last time we went to Hemwick Charnel Lane, and we went through that whole area. We beat the Witch of Hemwick. I showed you how to beat her easily. It's so simple. I don't know why anybody would have trouble with her ever. And we got our rune workshop tool. So now we have runes. So that's the best part about killing the witch, is you get the rune workshop tool and you can equip runes. So now we have plus defense, more blood vials, more quicksilver bullets. You can make it so you get more blood echoes for visceral attacks, all kinds of stuff. Just like rings, pretty much. But they're called runes in this game. But yeah, this is where you would normally drop down, right here. But you can also jump through the window and come in the back way, and I just figured that out, and I thought that was neat. So I thought I'd show that just as I was screwing around before recording. So what I'm going to show in this video is I went to the first chalice dungeon and I recorded it all, but I'm kind of want to get through this playthrough and everything. So as a compromise, I'm going to show all the boss fights for that first chalice dungeon. They only take like 2 or 3 minutes each boss fight, and there's only 3 of them. I also fell right here. You can skip a whole bunch of the level if you can not die by doing that jump. which I think is possible. I've seen it on a speedrun before, but I died. So here's the first boss, and there's something else I want to talk about. But before I do, here's what we're gonna do in this video. First, I'm gonna show all the bosses out of the first chalice dungeon. And then we're going to go through and clear up the rest of Cathedral Ward and get all the rest of the NPCs. By the time we're done, we're going to have 5 NPCs in Oedon Chapel. That's the max. But yeah, what I want to talk about right now is just the Souls community in general. On YouTube specifically. The first person I ever watched was Epic Namebro, ENB. And he moved to Twitch now. His videos were so awesome back in the day. I used to watch them, and he would have like a lot of lore in his videos. He was like one of the first players to ever play Dark Souls on YouTube, so that he had that going for him. He was pretty much the first guy to ever do like a lore videos and like explain the lore as he played through the game. I think he worked on some of the walkthrough guides and stuff for at least Bloodborne, maybe, and maybe Dark Souls 2, I can't remember which one. But yeah, his videos were so great. Then he did the Poison Arrow podcast. He had just had so many Souls videos and playthroughs, and he was like the first one to do it. And he did them so good. Like, his lore videos were awesome. Like, I could listen to him while I was at work, like with a YouTube video on in my pocket, just listening to his commentary. It was so good. And he was like the first OG old school Dark Souls content creator on YouTube. And it's just so sad to see that he moved to Twitch and he deleted like 75% of his YouTube channel. So some of that old stuff that I like came up on, and the whole, I was inspired by that guy. And it's just crazy to see all that stuff go. He like deleted a bunch of that old stuff, and it was so good. And I don't know why exactly he deleted it. The reason he gives is that there was just the comments. It was the comments. They were so toxic. Like, people were giving him death threats, talking about his family and shit like that. Like, I don't know the whole, like, I can't speak on it too much because I didn't really follow that whole situation. I knew he was moving to Twitch. I kind of jumped off the bandwagon before he did it, and I just don't like Twitch at the moment. Every time I try to go on Twitch, it takes forever to load, and then once it gets going, it crashes on me all the time. Like, it's always buffering or loading. I don't know. It just doesn't work good for me. So I like YouTube because it, like, especially for ENB, he can make a video, he can put it up, and you can watch it whenever you want. It's there forever, unless he takes it down himself, which he did. And with Twitch, shit disappears if you don't like highlight it or whatever. So I don't know, I think his stuff kind of works better for YouTube, but you gotta respect the man's decision. I guess the reason he moved from YouTube to Twitch is basically YouTube wasn't treating him well. They didn't have like the right tools for him to moderate his community, and it just got so toxic and crazy that he had to go to Twitch, where they allow more moderation and they have more tools, and their customer service is better and all that. So I understand, like, for him, from his perspective, like, he feels like Twitch treats him better and YouTube doesn't give a fuck, and I've heard that. And I've heard that from many different people that switched from YouTube to Twitch, like An Eternal Enigma, and there's a bunch of Twitch people that I really enjoy that I used to watch on YouTube, and they don't do YouTube anymore. It's just crazy that he would delete all those videos. Like, I don't get that part. I don't get it. I don't understand. There's something missing there, in my opinion, as to why he would delete videos. But yeah, so we are left with just, I don't even know who to watch anymore, to be honest. And I know there's not like a new game out right now, but there's one coming out soon, Sekiro. And all these old games could use like more lore playthroughs, more challenge playthroughs and all that stuff. Like, I don't think people should just abandon them because they're not new anymore. There's a whole community out there that loves these games, and You know, there's Lobos Jr. I mean, he's mainly on Twitch, but at least he posts VODs over to YouTube, so I appreciate that. I wish EMB would do that. I actually had a little conversation with him, not like in person. I'm not trying to say me and him talk on the phone or something, or FaceTime or something, but, you know, I left a comment on his most recent video. He responded, and then I replied. And just talking about, hey man, just why can't you just put some VODs over here on YouTube just every once in a while, even. And that would be, you know, he's got 420,000 subscribers, man. That is a lot for like a Souls community, a Soulsborne creator. And he's the OG, and I mean, that's a lot of subscribers without even like making content over here. He still has that many. And that is crazy. So I just like asking, hey, maybe you could throw us a bone every once in a while, give us a playthrough of Sekiro maybe when it comes out. Like, just throw the VODs over here on YouTube. YouTube saves it forever. You don't have to highlight it and all that shit like Twitch does, you know? Because I've seen videos get lost forever on Twitch before. You know, like I was mentioning before, I watch An Eternal Enigma. They do this thing. He's a Silent Hill, he plays Silent Hill a lot, like especially Silent Hill 4. So they have a team called Team Silent, where it's him, Nub Zombie, Ravenheart, UFO Techie, and they do these like really long, like 12-hour playthroughs of these Silent Hill games where they talk about every single thing in the game and whatnot. And I had a link, like a bookmark, on one of them on Twitch that I was gonna go back and watch. They're 12 hours long. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to watch that in one sitting? You know what I'm saying? So I was watching it, I had it bookmarked, and after about 3 months, I'd say, I think I actually did watch the whole thing. I was going to like watch it again or whatever, and after like 3 months, it was gone. Like, he didn't highlight it, he forgot to highlight it, or maybe I don't know how it works exactly, but I know you can lose shit forever. I know that's a possibility. I know there's ways to prevent it, but I also know that's a possibility, and that's a lot of work to go, like, just gone forever. Like, 12 hours of work gone forever. Isn't that crazy? So that's what I'm wondering, like, can he just, like, throw us a bone every once in a while? Maybe his Sekiro playthrough on Twitch, he can just throw up some VODs, like you know, like Lobos Jr. does and stuff. Because there's, like, such a void left with him being gone and everything. I feel like there's such a void. Like, there's Lobos Jr., he tosses us some VODs every once in a while. He's mostly like a challenge runner, so he's not doing lore. He's not like talking about Miyazaki or doing the lore or looking deep into the game. He's just like a really good player that does challenge runs, and those are fun, and they have their own place. And I wouldn't want them to go away. And he's definitely a piece of the community that's a major piece, but he's not the same as EMB. And then you have people like Sunlight Blade. He does top 10s, you know, that's his lane. So he has his lane. Sunlight Blade is the top 10 guy. We got Lobos Jr., he's the challenge runner guy. And then who's the lore guy? And who's the, you know, we don't have one. We got Fighting Cowboy and LP Dark Souls HD. They just do like walkthroughs. They just do, it's not about lore. It's not looking deeper into the game. It's just a walkthrough. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's just a walkthrough, and it's interesting. If you need to watch a playthrough, like Fighting Cowboy and LP Dark Souls HD are fine. I'm not saying they're bad, but they're not looking deeper into the lore or anything. They're just like explaining step by step how to beat the game. So I don't know. I think there's just a void there right now, and just kind of sad. And I don't know. Just wanted to mention that. And if you're still here, I also wanted to say, hey, please drop a like, share, subscribe, all that, because, man, our Soulsborne videos are losing big time to Neverwinter and Gems of War and even Battle Ages. I play 4 games right now, and the Souls games are my passion. They're not going to stop or anything, but man, if you're watching this channel for these games, please drop a little bit of love on me. We got to keep it going. It's really hard to post a Neverwinter video and get 500 views easy. Post a Gems of War video and get 2,000 views or 1,000 views. Post a Battle Ages and get 100 views. You know, all this is relative. Obviously, some people would turn their nose at 100 views or 1,000 views. But for me, right now, 100 views is like good, 500 is great, and 1,000 is awesome. So, and I've been getting steady like 40 to 50 on these Bloodborne videos, and it doesn't ever really peak any higher. You know, it kind of has a low floor, low ceiling type thing, and you know, it's my passion though. So I'm definitely gonna finish this playthrough, and then we got Dark Souls Remastered and Sekiro next, but just hard not to notice. I put up a Neverwinter video opening lockboxes. Bam, 200 views. Bam, 500 views. Up to 1,000 views. I put up a Gems of War video, best teams of 2018. It's got like 1,500 views, going on 2,000 views. I put up another Gems of War video, soul farming video. It's got at least 100 views already, heading to 200. You know. Every time I do an opening lockbox for Neverwinter, it gets at least 200 views to 5 to 1,000. Like, it's hard to main point. If you're watching these Soulsborne videos, I'm gonna keep them going. But if you could just show me a little love, drop an extra like, do an extra view, tell an extra friend to subscribe, something like that, just to keep it going, and not so it's not stupid for me to put one of these out instead of a Neverwinter or Gems of War video. Like, sometimes I feel like, oh man, I should just put out another Neverwinter, or oh man, I should put out another Gems of War, when it's Bloodborne's turn. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's getting crazy. Like, we're gonna get this playthrough done, and I'm gonna keep playing Souls games. But I'm just looking for a little bit of love on these games, because it's noticeable. It's noticeable, and it's like, man, I could be posting another Neverwinter video instead, or another Gems of War video instead, and get like 500 views instead of these 50 views here. But it's all about what I'm passionate about, and this is what I'm passionate about. So this is my little, you know, little project for myself, I guess, that I gotta do every once in a while. So it's gonna keep going. I just thought maybe if somebody's watching it and, you know, felt like, you know, I don't know, I do appreciate the likes, shares, and subscribes, basically. So here we are in Cathedral Ward. We're gonna clear this bitch out. There's some NPCs down here. This is the area where we got kidnapped before, and we went to Yarhargol for a minute. But I think it's also where you can get Gilbert and Ariana. Well, that's disturbing. Somebody's in there killing her baby. Yeah, there's some pretty disturbing NPC dialogues down here in this little street. Some things that happened. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh my, what a queer scent. But I take it over the stench of blood and beasts any day. What is it then? I'm off during hunt, so if that's what you're here for, I'll leave you to your own devices. If that doesn't do it, come back in the morning, darling.
So that's Arianna, the whore.
You're not from around here, are you? Well, an outsider who's come to join the hunt? What a pathetic idea. You what? What, you think I'm a beast? Well, maybe I think you're a beast. And step away from my castle.
That's Gilbert, the...
Enough of you. What, you think this is funny? Well, I certainly don't, so be gone with you. I'll have nothing to do with your beast sons. Oh, enough of you already. Come on, just go with you. Oh, enough of you.
He's the cranky old man. Some people call it bigot, I think.
Oh, thank goodness. You're a hunter, right? Might you know of a safe place? The night is long, and a very little of the incense left. Please, there must be some nice place to run off to. Oh, thank you, darling. Maybe I'll see you there.
So you tell her Oedon Chapel. Then this Gilbert over here, you gotta tell him the opposite of where you want him to go.
What's this two-bit nonsense you're peddling? I heard you told that wench about some shelter. Well, she's a damn fool to trust an outsider. Never mind. Well, her sort's probably just fixing to feed some of your coin. Alright. What crafty lies does the outsider have today? You think I'm an easy mark? Yeah? Well, give me your best shot.
So tell him of Yosefka's clinic. He won't go there. He'll.
Yeah, sorry. Too sharp for that bollocks. I know a superstition when I hear one. Outsiders. Even their lies are predictable.
Yeah, so just tell him Yosefka's clinic. If you want him in Oedon Chapel and you want to have the max amount of NPCs you can in one spot. If you just want him to die because he's a cranky ass old man, tell him Oedon Chapel.
Help me! Please help!
More disturbing dialogues.
Help me! Please help!
Try to burn their house down with my torch. Gotta watch out for this gunner up here, shooting his rifle. His poison knives there, nice. Those are always nice. I love to poison things. I'm a real patient player, so poison is my best friend. Yeah, there's a gunner on top of these stairs up here. On the ledge, shooting down at you, so you kind of want to get up there and get rid of him as soon as possible. Kind of like go by all these guys and just go after him. Get him killed, and then he won't be shooting you as you deal with the rest of the guys. Jump back down, kind of reset the situation, heal up. Try to deal with them one-on-one. But yeah, this is where you get all the two NPCs, Gilbert and Ariana. This area here, so definitely want to go through here. Ariana will give you a blood vial, a special one like Adela does. Gilbert's just there for dialogue. He's kind of a asshole, but it's always fun to get as many NPCs as you can in your little hub area. So that's what this is, this area. Couple more to deal with up here, some items with the visceral. Even if they hit you while you're getting the shot off, you'll get it back with your regain, so as long as you get the riposte, it's no big deal if they hit you. Finish them off. This guy's a little tougher, a little bigger, takes a couple more hits to kill. Hits a little harder, but he goes down with a nice parry and riposte too. Visceral attack. 2 more blood vials. And another one. Yeah, I'm mostly just clearing out Cathedral Ward now. After this area, we're gonna have a choice pretty much of where to go next. I think there's like the lecture hall, the Forbidden Woods, and Yarhargal Unseen Village, and I'm not sure where we're gonna go next. We kind of dip our toe in the Forbidden Woods and the lecture hall here in this video. I think I'm gonna do Forbidden Woods. I think that's the one you're supposed to do next. Yeah, just we'll climb up this ladder here, and we'll be back in a familiar area. Back on the steps with the church guys. Let's say you. And they try to bash you over the head. It's a little note. I don't know if we've seen that note yet. I think we did. A watchman of Bergenworth guards the gate with a password, the sacred adage of the Grand Cathedral. And that's the password we got from killing Vicar Amelia. When you kill her, you watch that little cutscene, and they give you the password. It's Fear the Old Blood. And that's how you get into the Forbidden Woods. You just have to go find, I think his name's Albert. Find him again. He's right by the entrance to the Forbidden Woods. You give the guy a password, and head through the door. And you can do that as soon as you kill Vicar Amelia. Here's this little plaza too, right here. There is a ton of madman's knowledge in here and some church giants. So we're gonna pick up a bunch of madman's knowledge. We also gained quite a bit of insight by killing those chalice dungeon bosses. I think we got 1 or 2 for each boss we killed in there. I also got quite a bit of new gems for our weapon. Upgraded some levels also. Not a ton. I just like evened out my stats. I kind of put a little bit in Blood Tinge, a little bit in Arcane, up the skill a tiny bit, then just a tiny bit, just everything. Like 1 or 2 in every stat, that's all I did, nothing major. The gems we got were pretty good upgrades, so now's a pretty good time to go to the Chalice Dungeon if you want. Like before the Forbidden Woods, before Yarhargal, the lecture building and all that. Just while you're clearing out Cathedral Ward after you kill Vicar Amelia and the Witch of Hemwick. It's a pretty good time to go to the Chalice Dungeon if you want to go there. You can get like a gem that gives your weapon a fire buff always, and just high attack gems that'll give you, you'll be killing shit in 1 hit instead of 2. You'll be killing big enemies in 2 hits instead of 3. It's worth it to go there, I feel like, and I dig the Chalice dungeons. I know some people, like, that's the main thing they don't like about Bloodborne is the Chalice dungeons, and I'm trying to, like, what the reasoning is. I think it's because it's like a procedurally generated dungeon, so it's different every time, but they're kind of, if you play the same one a few times, they're not like super different. It's just a little bit of belly aching and complaining. It's not that big of a deal in my opinion. There's like different, background. There's like piles of pigs and some of them like dead pigs, bodies hanging. It's not always the same in there. So I don't know exactly what the complaint is. Maybe it's just boring after you do a few of them. But in my time playing Bloodborne, I've probably done like 15 Chalice dungeons maybe, because I've killed I've gotten like all the achievements and killed the queen and everything in the Chalice dungeons. I've done like all of them. I know there's probably some I haven't done, like certain crazy combinations, but I've pretty much done them all except for like the super crazy combinations. And they didn't never get boring to me. But here's Albert.
Good to see you safe. Now, let's think up something to discuss. Just tell me what piques your interest. As you know, the Healing Church is the fountainhead of blood healing.
I think we've already heard this one before, but he does have something new to say.
With the ins and outs of the institution, but I have heard that the holy medium of blood healing is venerated in the main cathedral, and that counselors of the old church reside in if you seek blood healing.
About the corrupted vile bloods. We've already heard about Bergenworth.
The gods carved out below Yharnam should be familiar to every well. Once a group of young Bergenworth scholars discovered a holy This led to the founding of the healing in this sense. Everything's but today, the college, and furthermore, that it's unclear how many, but only they know the past. Ah, there's something I want to tell you. A bit of wisdom from the eminent master Logarius. Once, a scholar betrayed his fellows at Bergenworth and brought forbidden blood back with him to Canehurst Castle. It was there that the first of the inhuman Vile Bloods was born. The Vile Bloods are fiendish creatures who threaten the purity of the Church's blood healing. The ruler of the Vile Bloods is still alive today. And so, to honor my master's wishes, I search for the path to Cainhurst Castle. In his time, Master Ligarius led his executioners into Cainhurst Castle to cleanse it of the vile bloods. But all did not go well, and Master Ligarius became a blessed anchor, guarding us from evil. Tragic, tragic times. That Master Ligarius should be abandoned in the accursed domain of the vile bloods. I must free him, so that he may be properly honored in martyrdom. In his time, Master Ligarius, but all tragic that I must...
So he's pretty much a follower of Ligarius.
It has been a pleasure.
Ligarius was a follower of Willem. Willem is all about insight, eyes on the inside, all that insight stuff. And Ligarius broke off from that and went, and he started his own thing with about, you know, the church and blood healing. Fear the old blood. Kaboom, it opens. And the guard of it dies. This guy is now already dead. So he's been chilling, waiting for you to give the password, and then he immediately dies when the doors open. So the password is Fear the Old Blood. Now we can get into the Forbidden Woods and head to the school, I guess. But yeah, Ligarius was under Willem. Willem started this, you know, his thing with insight and eyes on the inside and all that shit. And then Ligarius broke off from that. He's like, yeah, I still believe in that and everything, but man, I'm gonna go do my own thing with the church and the blood and like blood healing and all that. And you know, fear the old blood. He still remembers to fear the old blood, but he wants to try, you know, healing with blood and all that with the church. So Albert follows Ligarius, who used to follow Willem. Willem does insight and all that, and Ligarius is doing the church and blood healing and all that, but he doesn't. His enemy is the Vile Bloods, and the Vile Bloods is who Albert wants to kill, and he wants to go save Ligarius. Pretty much. I'm no lore expert in this game or any Souls game, really. I mean, I aspire to be, but it's not happening anytime soon, but that's the basic gist of it from what I understand. This is the Forbidden Woods. It's a crazy area. It's pretty tough. There's just like snakes everywhere. Poison. The Shadows of Yharnam are the boss of this area. There's traps, a crazy cannon. It's just a really confusing, tough area. I'm getting poop thrown at me right now. So he's trying to cover me with oil so this guy can light me on fire and fuck me up. And I just letting him, and there he goes. Man, that took out less than I thought, but it still hurt. But we're just dipping our toe in here. I just wanted to get the door open, maybe light the lantern. If I remember correctly, I totally missed the lantern and have to use a bold hunter's mark, but we're gonna just dip our toe in here, and I was just trying to find the lantern real quick, basically, because we still have more business to attend to in Cathedral Ward before we go here, but we will be heading here in the next video, I'm pretty sure. Unless I totally change my mind and go to Yarhargal or the lecture hall or something instead. Which I don't think. I'm like leaning heavily towards coming to the Forbidden Woods. And this guy just won't get parried. There we go. Big armored trick from Yarhargal. Give me them blood vials, bitch. But yeah, you can miss. There's stuff in here you can miss easily. It's really confusing. There's actually the back entrance to the very beginning of the game, where Yosefka's clinic is, you can actually get in there and you'll see what's going on in there. From this area. It's deep, 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 deep in here. Way deep in here. But there is a little, like, alcove where you climb up a ladder and you can head in the back door of Yosefka's clinic and you can, like, check out what she's been doing. And it ain't good. And that's the whole reason we aren't sending people there. I accidentally sent the little girl there, so we might get our bloody bow actually once we head in there, instead of getting it off the pig. If you tell her to go to Oedon Chapel, I think we're going to end up getting it in Yosefka's clinic, because the imposter has been experimenting on the little girl, and it's all my fault. Because I guess that's what happens eventually. Yosefka is actually... There's the lantern, and I totally missed it. I was looking at this door and the crows, and somehow I missed lighting the lantern. It's right in front of my face. I come back and get it later off recording, so don't worry. We can just pop back right here next time. I did come back and get it later. I actually watched this video over, saw where it was, and I was like, man, can't believe I missed that. This bridge is pretty precarious. We got a dude here and a dude shooting us and a trap up ahead, so watch out for the trap. Kill the gunner. It's a pretty good, easy way to deal with them. You just run around behind them and do a visceral. Especially if you're using the rune that gives you extra blood vials for visceral attacks. If you're just cruising around trying to get blood echoes on those gunner guys, the riflemen, if you can just run around behind them and charge at R2 and hit them in the back, you can get some extra souls with your rune. Twin blood shards, I don't even think we need those anymore for our main weapon, but we could upgrade our pistol, which I think I did actually. And there's the trap. Big old swinging spiked log goes flying into the ravine there. If that thing hits you, man, it hurts. But I think I get far enough in here that I realize I missed the lantern, the lamp, and I just end up bold hunter's mark out of here. And there's a cool skip in here somewhere that the speedrunners do. And I kind of want to check out when we come here too. You go out of bounds a little bit, but just by jumping and rolling a little bit at the right spot. So I might check out that speed run by Jesus Here's Toast on GDQ. He does a few skips actually in the game. There's one in Central Yarnum where you can skip down to, you know, where the rolling fireball is. You can like skip all that and head like straight to Father Gascoigne. And that one's pretty hard to get. Like, you have to jump off a piece of debris that you can't destroy, or you can't jump off wrong, or it gets destroyed. And I think he actually missed it in his most recent, but he got it the year before. You have to like jump off a piece of debris onto a railing, and then you gotta like roll and quit out, save quit maybe. Because that's how some of these work. You like fall way down to a further part into the level, but you gotta like save and quit so you don't die. Like as you hit the ground, kinda. What's the other one? There's one in like Yarhargal village. There's one here. There's quite a few skips in this game. They're not huge or anything, but they save like half a level, like a few minutes here and there. There's quite a lot of items. 10 Quicksilver bullets, a blood vial. And I didn't know if I, ooh, more twin bloodstone shards. So we're definitely gonna have our pistol up to chunks, like our saw cleaver. Oh, and that reminds me, I got the uncanny saw cleaver when I went to another chalice dungeon after that. I just made another Thumeru, like a root one. I don't know how much different it is than the first one you do, but I did a root one, and I got an uncanny saw cleaver in there. And I think the only difference is the gems you can put in it. Like, you can put a different third gem in, and I think it's actually a little bit better just because of that. You can put a triangle gem in the last slot instead of whatever this one is, like a moon one or whatever it is. And I think that makes it a little bit better, but you have to like totally upgrade it again. You have to get good gems in the first 2 slots. Like, it's a upgrade in the end, but it's a lot of work. A lot of work to get back to like +7 just to get ahead of this one that we already have. But I might do it, I don't know. It'd be cool to use an uncanny saw cleaver. Maybe that'll be my compromise with the weapon, because I'll technically still be using the saw cleaver, but I can use an uncanny saw cleaver, so it's a little bit different than my first 1 or 2 playthroughs. And here's the village, man. Shit gets crazy once you get down here, even more crazy than it was. It's like 3 different ways to go. There's a ton of guys. I'm definitely realizing at this point that I missed a lamp somewhere, and now I'm just trying to get somewhere where I can use a bold hunter's mark, and we need to get back to Cathedral Ward and finish that up before we progress into this level any further. Here's a little cannon run area where they're shooting cannonballs at you, and if you could just run up here behind them, you can kill them without him shooting too many at you, maybe 1 or 2. And I know there's probably something cool just right up ahead. There might even be a lamp right up ahead here, but I really want to explore this area and do it right, so I think I'm just gonna bold hunter's mark out of here before we get too much further in, because I want to make sure I explore and get everything down here instead of just like running around like a chicken with its head cut off. The long loading screens. The worst thing about Bloodborne, in my opinion. These loading screens, man. And even I have patience, but some of these things, and you gotta head back to the Hunter's Dream and then go from there. Like, you have to sit through 2 loading screens every time you want to go somewhere different. Kinda sucks. Look at that, just now over. But here we go, we got Arianna here. Let's talk to her.
Oh, hello, dear. You weren't lying. This is a safe place. Thank you. I'm in your debt.
Curtsy.
I'd like to tender my thanks.
Oh, look at Adela over there, man. She is snooping hard.
All I can give is my blood. But would you even take a horse blood? Yes, I see. I suppose that's natural. If you ever change your mind, you know where I'll be.
Yeah, whenever you talk to her, look at Adela.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid.
The nun over there. She's looking.
Unless you've had a change of heart.
He's jealous.
If you ever change your mind.
Alright, so the situation here is you don't want to take blood from Arianna.
There you are. You're Emily, dear. Is anything the matter? You can always tell me. Mother will make everything better.
Now the old lady thinks she's our mother.
What's wrong? Anything you'd like to tell me?
I have my share of woes.
You poor thing. But don't you worry. This'll help you forget. Forget your troubles. Forget your cares.
Good old sedative.
Oh, what is it?
Our mother's giving us drugs. And that's good for frenzy. So you want those. You want to get a couple from her at least.
You poor thing. But this'll help you forget. Forget your troubles. Forget your cares.
Alright, so try not to take too many from her right now unless you want her to die. She's gonna go crazy and go looking for more sedatives if you take too many. I don't know if it happens this soon, but it will happen eventually, so try to only take a few from her. Liquid medicine concocted at Bergenworth calms the nerves. Those who delve into the arcane fall all too easily to madness, and thick human blood serves to calm the frayed nerves of these inquisitive minds. Naturally, this often leads to a reliance on blood ministration. But there's a few things here you need to...
Ah, you. The swindling off-comer. Did you really think that'd work? There's no fooling me. Now, off with you. You heard me. Go away. I can't stand the stench of your lying breath.
Couple things you need to be careful here.
I'll spare you one nugget of advice. Beware the lady of the night. I can see it in her eyes. She deeply resents the young saint. She hears people whisper. She knows what people think of her. Yes. She despises the saint for having what she doesn't. Bloody wench, they should have moved her on ages ago.
Good old asshole.
I'll spare you one nugget, beware. There the beggar sits at the bottom of the bloody food chain. And then he's here acting like he owns the place. He's not to be trusted. What's he want with all those people anyway? That little weasel has a murky past, I'm telling you. Give it a rest, please. I've no time for your petty lies. And what, just go away now. I can't stand the stench of your lying breath. I've no time for your what, just I can't stand it.
Yeah, so don't take blood from Arianna and don't take too many sedatives from the old lady.
Brave hunter.
She's saying the same thing, but she's jealous of Arianna. The old lady gives you sedatives now, but if you take too many, she'll go looking for more and she will die. If you take blood from Arianna, Adela will get jealous and kill Arianna, so she will die. So if you want to keep everybody in there, don't take blood from Arianna, don't take too many sedatives from the old lady. It'll preserve your 5-man NPC hub for as long as possible. But I think in the end, they're both gonna die, but you can like make it last a little bit longer if you don't take too many things from the old lady and Arianna. I think Gilbert's safe no matter what, unless you get the crazy guy in there that kills everybody, which we will be finding in the Forbidden Woods next time, and we're gonna send him to Yosefka's clinic so he doesn't kill everybody in Oedon Chapel. Some like crazy dude turning into a beast, I forget his name, but if you let him in Oedon Chapel, he'll kill everybody. Which we can do that in one of our playthroughs, just like the chalice dungeons. We can do that in a playthrough too. And I probably will eventually. It just all depends on you guys, really. What you want to see. Goal right now is just getting a playthrough of each game on the channel. After that, you know, it could be up to you if you want what we do. We could do all the chalice dungeons. We could kill Queen Yarnum. We could get all the NPCs and then get them all killed. We could send everybody to Yosefka's clinic. We could do like a no death run, speed runs, you know, whatever. Different types of weapons, different cosplays, fashion souls, whatever. We could be Albert, we could be Eileen, whatever you guys want to do. Just like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. View the video a few times, like it, tell a friend to subscribe, all that jazz. And that'll like show me, because right now what I'm being shown is these other games I'm playing. I should play more because they're getting so many views. And I know this commentary is not going to age well years from now when this is on a playlist and a playthrough and whatnot, but you know, just for now, just for me, just had to say. Up this ladder we have an item, Numbing Mist. You can actually use that on Vicar Amelia if you're having trouble with Vicar Amelia healing, which I never really had trouble with. I was watching somebody else play the game, and they were saying that was some awesome trick to hit her with numbing mist, and then proceeded to not have it work very well when they fought Vicar Amelia. The real trick with Vicar Amelia is to hit each of her limbs. Dubious liquid medicine used in strange experiments conducted by high ministers of the healing church, a type of anesthetic that numbs the brain. Hunters able to retain consciousness by force of will make use of a secondary effect of this medicine, which dilutes their presence while standing still. So that's like chameleon. It'll make you harder to see. I don't think we had read that one yet. Numbing mist, throw to create a mist cloud that numbs a hunter's life essence and prevents restoration of HP. Said to be used by the blood hunters of Canehurst. Its recipe is a secret closely guarded by the line of... Man, I didn't give myself much time. Poison knife. A knife slathered in poison. This curved knife is thin and as sharp as a surgeon's blade. Often used for self-defense by special doctors in the healing church. They say that the hunters traditionally avoid the use of poison, likely because the poison is too slow to act in the heat of the hunt. Gotta leave myself more time to read those. Yeah, I like using poison. I used to poison a lot of stuff in Dark Souls 1. Yeah, when those guys say you, like they're Hulk Hogan, just kill them. For whatever reason, whenever they first notice you, they have to go. They point at you and they say you. Like freaking Hulk Hogan. And you can just kill them while they're doing that. Obviously the next guy won't do it too, but the first guy that notices you always points at you. I think it's funny because you can kill him while he's pointing at you if you attack quick enough. These guys, they just look, they don't even notice you if you creep up on them. You can get a visceral in on the scythe guy and the gun guy here. Church dudes. These are pretty cool enemies. I like the way they look, especially once you get a bunch of insight. Their lanterns turn into eyeballs and all that. But we are gonna head to, after we kill this church giant, which is getting easier and easier the more powerful my weapon gets. Oh, and I was watching that speedrun I was talking about, and I figured out that if you do R1, L1, 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 that's the best way to attack with the saw cleaver here. I was kind of doing R1, L1, R1, L1 or something, but you can do 3 L1s after your R1, and you'll do 2 transform attacks or whatever. And that's the best combination to do. So R1, L1, L1, L1. That'll get you at least 2 transform attacks. It might be 3. And transform attacks are strong. Alright, yeah, so let's head to the right over here. This is the opposite way from where we went to Hemwick Charnel Lane. This is where you go to fight the 2 hunters. You can head to the lecture hall here if you have the Tonsil Stone, which we'll be getting shortly. But you can get on this roof. Couple crows up here, where you can kind of look and see what you got to deal with down here with these hunters. They aren't easy, but they're not hard either. It depends on how you fight, I guess. They can be hard, but they can also be stupid and easy. Like, it just depends on your style of attacking and defense. There's one right there. Okay, so one has a Tonitrus and a shield, and the other one has pretty much exactly not what we're using. There's a crystal lizard there. But this one has Tonitrus and a shield. Ooh, got it. Visceral. Boom. Ooh, transform. Ooh, transform. Look at that health. I already got him down. He's almost dead. He's just standing there like an idiot. See, sometimes they're dumb, and they're just easy to kill, and sometimes they're a pain in the ass. Bolt paper, hell yeah. That's like one of the best loot you can get. 4 bolt paper. Like, what would be better than that? Alright, and this guy's a pain in the ass. He has like the Ludwig's rifle, and he shoots this thing like a machine gun over and over. You'll see here, I have trouble getting through it. He just doesn't even hurt that bad. Watch my health. Especially if he hits me from far away. It barely takes anything. See, that didn't even hurt. So you gotta somehow dodge through the spread of the gun. Oh, he's got the rifle spear, huh? So he's like all gun. His weapon's a rifle spear, and he has a Ludwig's rifle. So yeah, he's just annoying to get a hold of. But once you get a hold of him, so I'm kind of hiding behind this here, and he's just stuck shooting at me. Thought maybe I could shoot over the well. Kind of just returning fire with some arrows. I should have got out poison arrows. That's the best way to deal with this guy. If you can get some poison arrows on him and just wait for him to die, that's the best way, because he's just annoying. He's not even that hard to kill, he's just annoying. You gotta like dodge through his spread. Once you get a hold of him though, I was stupid there, I've hit the wrong damn button. Or I could have finished him off right there. Now I gotta get in on his ass again. There we go. Come on. Jeez Louise. That damn gun. Doesn't even hurt that bad. Alright, get him. Get him, get him, get him. Oh shit, he almost got me. That was a close one. I remember having trouble with these guys like the first time I played. I'm starting to realize I'm not... I was kind of under-leveled a couple videos ago. A lot of other people I watch are in their level 40s, 50 by here. I know some people will say that's over-leveled, but compared to everybody else I've been watching, they've been in their 40s. So I don't feel too bad about where I'm at.
Step lightly round to the right of the great cathedral and seek an ancient, shrouded church. The gift of the Godhead.
That's pretty much where we are already. We're to the right of the great Grand Cathedral right now. Tonsil Stone. It's our key to getting in the lecture hall.
Not even death offers solace, and the blood imbibes you. Seek you the ancient shrouded church, hidden to the right of the main cathedral. The gift of the Godhead will grant you strength.
I think you can also get this Tonsil Stone somewhere else.
Not even death.
Like the Forbidden Woods, maybe? If you go there before here. Here it is. A lattice, deformed rock, or perhaps a meteorite, appears useless but possesses some odd gravitational force that prevents its riddance. A dubious soul once said, "Step lightly round to the right of the great cathedral, and seek an ancient shrouded church. The gift of the Godhead will grant you strength." So this is pretty much a key that if you have it in your inventory, when the big old alien god dude picks you up and tries to kill you, it won't let him kill you, and it will send you to the lecture hall. Sorry guys, I had to cut this video short. I went a little bit over, so I had to trim a bunch off the end. I'm really sorry about that. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. I'll show the rest of it next time. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, peace.